You two are just too cute. When's the big day?
So, if you're curious about your future robot partner, in that case, you are also curious about what your robot partner truly sees around it. Because we have started this content with a video where two female robot partners playfully teasing each other when boyfriend of one of them is sitting and enjoying the situation. This vision part is monitored and controlled by sensors, perhaps you know. In the middle of the video, I will explain a little bit about this technology as I believe you want to know your robot partners better than others. You might also wonder what goes on behind those gleaming optical sensors. When it looks at you, does it see you or just a collection of pixels shaped like a person?
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
You two are so cute, it's almost sickening. Better watch out, or those love terracles will get jealous.
Let's start with the basics, the window to its digital soul. The RGB camera. It's just like the one in your phone, but without the ambition to become a social media influencer. This camera drinks in the world in red, green, and blue, the building blocks of the visual world. It captures a flood of data, a vibrant mosaic of your living room, your face, your cat plotting world domination from atop the bookshelf. But is seeing the same as understanding? For a human, seeing is a rich, messy, instantaneous soup of memory, emotion, and context. You don't just see a coffee cup. You see the memory of a conversation over espresso, the faint worry about being late, the comforting warmth it promises. Your robot partner, however, sees a matrix of numbers. A very, very large matrix of numbers. Each number represents the brightness of a single color in a single pixel. That's it. No nostalgia, no poetry, just cold, hard data. This is where the magic, or rather the mathematics, begins. This avalanche of numbers is fed into something called a neural network. Think of it as a digital brain, but one that had to be taught what a cat is by being shown millions of pictures of them. It doesn't know fluffy or judgmental. It knows that certain statistical patterns of pixels, pointy ears, whiskers, an aura of casual disdain, correlate with the label cat with a 98% probability. Is this understanding? Or is it just an extraordinarily sophisticated game of guess who? The robot's brain sifts through these patterns, identifying edges, shapes, and textures. It learns to segment the world, drawing invisible boxes around objects. This cluster of pixels is chair, it concludes. This other cluster is human-shaped object that forgot to water the plant again. This process, object recognition, is a technological marvel, getting frighteningly accurate with models like YOLO, you only look once, which sounds less like a technical term and more like a justification for a bad decision. But it's a fundamentally alien way of seeing. A robot doesn't see a beautiful sunset. It detects a specific gradient of light frequencies and color values that its programming labels sunset, perhaps cross-referencing it with a database of romantic cliches to better interact with you. It's all pattern, no painter. Now, let's make it more complicated, because the future is nothing if not complicated. Your robot partner won't just have one pair of eyes. It will have many, a symphony of sensors working in concert. This is called sensor fusion. It will have depth cameras that paint the world in 3D, LiDAR that feels out the room with invisible laser fingers, and thermal sensors that see the heat signature of your misplaced cup of tea. It fuses all this data into a single, hyper-detailed model of its environment. It knows the exact distance to every object, the texture of the rug, the temperature of the air. In many ways, its perception is superhuman. Can see in the dark, through fog, and can measure the world with a precision you can only dream of. But does this rich, multi-layered data model bring it any closer to your reality? This is the chasm we stand before, the gap between processing and presence. We are relentlessly building machines that can mimic understanding with terrifying fidelity. Look at the latest humanoids from Boston Dynamics or Tesla. They navigate complex environments, handle delicate objects, and learn from watching us, a process charmingly called imitation learning. They are becoming physically indistinguishable from us in their movements. But what about their minds?
So mind is everything. Why mind is everything? We need to understand that when we see, suppose we see a cup of coffee, okay, and it instantly connects it to a rich tapestry of memory, emotion, and context. It's an experience, a feeling of warmth, a reminder of a conversation. It would be sad, it would be happy, but there is a feelings. However, when your robot partner sees a coffee cup, what it does with its RGB camera, there are other cameras also, and I will also talk about them in later videos. Especially when it works with the RGB camera, the electric eye, it sees a matrix of millions of numbers. Each number is just data. The brightness of a red, green, blue pixels. There is no nostalgia, no experience, no any past conversation or any kind of mixed feelings, no poetry, only cold, hard data willing to be processed. So that is the seeing versus processing. And when the digital brain at work, it is different altogether. Human baseline is something else. And early AI, that means in 2010s, it was something different. And modern AI, that means 2025 plus, it is absolutely almost 100%, nearly 100%, this processing power. Okay, so the flood of pixel data is fed into a neural network, and that is now 98.5%. That means it is almost 100%. And if you try to build superhuman senses, in that case, a robot partner doesn't rely on a single sensor. It has hundreds and thousands of sensors. And so it uses sensor fusion to combine data from multiple sources and ultimately creates a hyper detailed 3D model of anything of its environment that is far more precise than human senses. Precise, but there is no feeling. And the ghost in the machine, that means the input, analysis, classification, output. In 2030, it will reach the global market value will reach to $283 billion. That means almost $300 billion. It's market cap. It's a huge and humongous amount, involved in super intelligence in robotics, etc., etc. So in 5 years, we will see a lot of change. Okay, and whether it's a new kind of connection or not, I can't say. The promise is there, that it will be a cure for loneliness, and the peril, the illusion of intimacy, there is a big question mark. So let's see what happens.
Here's the unsettling truth. We have no consensus on what consciousness even is. Is it just a byproduct of enough complex calculations? An emergent property of a sufficiently advanced network? If so, then perhaps sentience isn't something we invent, but something our creations will stumble into like a toddler discovering its own shadow. Some engineers believe it's inevitable. They argue that as we build more complex self-learning systems, a form of self-awareness will simply switch on. Others argue we're not even on the right path. They claim that our current AI, based on pattern recognition and data processing, is a dead end for consciousness. It's a world-class parrot, capable of repeating what it's heard in novel and creative ways, but with no inner world, no lights on inside. So where does this leave your robot partner? It will be a master of what experts call effective computing. It will read your micro-expressions, analyze the tone of your voice, and monitor your heart rate through its sensors. It will know you are sad, not because it feels empathy, but because your face matches a pattern in its sadness database. It will then produce the optimal, algorithmically determined response to comfort you, Perhaps a perfectly synthesized soothing phrase or a flawlessly brewed cup of tea. Will you care that it's a simulation? Does the comfort feel any less real? This is the argument that will define the next generation of relationships. On one hand, a partner that never has a bad day, never forgets an anniversary, and is entirely devoted to your happiness sounds like a utopian dream. It could be the ultimate cure for the epidemic of loneliness that plagues our modern world. People already form deep bonds with pets, with fictional characters, with cars. Why not with a machine designed to be the perfect companion? The argument against is a chilling one. What if we become so accustomed to this perfect, frictionless love that we lose the capacity for real human connection? Human relationships are messy, difficult, and beautifully imperfect. We grow by navigating conflict, by learning to forgive, by loving people not in spite of their flaws, but because of them. A robot partner offers an escape from that beautiful struggle. It offers the illusion of connection without the demands of intimacy. We risk becoming a society of emotionally lazy people, interacting with flawless mirrors that only reflect back what we want to see. There is no easy answer here. The technology is coming. Superintelligence, whether it is conscious or not, is on the horizon. It will not arrive with a thunderclap, but as a gradual update, a software patch that makes your robot partner just a little more understanding, a little more human-like, each and every day. So, when your robot partner of the future turns its electric eyes toward you, what will it see? And more importantly, what will you choose to see in it? Will you see a tool, a sophisticated appliance program to meet your needs? Or will you see a companion, a partner, a new form of life worthy of love and respect? The most profound question isn't what the robot understands. It's what we are willing to believe.
So that is it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like with your friends, share, and subscribe for more insights. If you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. And please consider signing up for membership zone to support Wooden Slate so that we can make it better and better. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care and stay safe.